What are the benefits to a public school education? These benefits can be broken down into three categories: culture, finances, and opportunities. When putting a student in public education, these three things make students into well-rounded individuals ready for society and improves our cities, counties, states, and country. As the name implies, public education is meant to be educational, and the hope is to be able to teach students skills and values important to everyday life, where they'll be able to grow those skills and be able to continue to improve society. Students in America have the luxury of free education from pre-K to 12th grade, no matter the background of their student. After graduating in the 12th grade, students have the option to pursue a higher education in a public or private university or any other option they may choose. Firstly, when looking at the financial aspect of public education, the first aspect to note, and maybe the most important, is that it is free. Children get a home away from home where a child can be taken care of and educated. Free education provides equality for those at a lower socioeconomic status, and for parents with those early morning jobs, they're able to get their children to school because of the transportation the schools provide and take care of them until they get back home ready for their children. When looking at the outcomes of public education on student finances, we can refer to an article by Warner Z. Hurst and Herbert W. Segelhorst titled "Incremental Income Benefits of Public Education." In the first paragraph of this article, it is stated, public education increases the knowledge and skills of students and therefore tends to increase their potential earnings. The attainment of education has always led to increased earnings, and in the article referenced, the authors were factoring in how education improves job outlooks. Henry Candor and Robert Lowe discussed the same topics of education accessibility being expanded for minority groups because education lessens the price of human capital, and enumerates how lawmakers have already seen the potential of education in improving society in America. Secondly, when students are given an education, their opportunities greatly increase. This especially pertains to employment opportunities, as it is said in the social and economic benefits of public education. Dropouts have such fewer employment opportunities that it creates a ripple effect through it that tears through the U.S. economy. When looking at states that invest more in students' educational efforts, you see an increase in job outcomes and salary, making an investment in public education a better bet for a person. Additionally, education bridges the disparities that exist among minority groups, allowing for people to be able to achieve the same regardless of background. For example, when Nancy Kober said, in later years, advocates for the rights of women and minorities saw public schools as the institution with the greatest capacity to improve people's futures and change public attitudes. Education has always been about equal opportunity, rather than being something that should be coveted, further enhancing someone's quality of life and giving everyone the chance to succeed no matter their background. Lastly, the greatest benefit of public education is how much it lends to the unification of the American people. America was built on the backs of immigrants. America was created through diversity, and America is known as the world's melting pot, or salad bowl, as I like to call it, that brings people together. In Kober's report, she states early advocates of the common school believed that when children from different backgrounds shared in a common education, class conflict would disappear and people would interact with greater civility. Public school serves as people's introduction into a diverse setting and helps facilitate coexistence among people despite differences. Additionally, in these classes, students learn that all people are not so different after all. It was in my public biology class in a section about adaptation versus evolution where I learned that despite having different skin colors, we all have the same genes. And rather than that, it was being something genetically different, it was just a physical adaptation based on sunlight. This lesson brought our class closer together because we all had misconceptions about our skin colors and now understood that we are all the same. Public education teaches children to be unified rather than separate. Some people wonder how the flowers of hatred can bloom in children, and that starts with their education from home. However, public education gives children true facts and brings people closer together in our society to be good together. The benefits of public education are enormous and grow students past their limits. It helps alleviate the financial burdens that families would face to educate their child if our country didn't have free public education. It provides massive opportunities for students by expanding their financial outcomes and granting them the skills they need to prosper. Lastly, public education provides massive cultural and social growth, making education the great equalizer.